Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Alright, you guys. When I tell you I've been laughing about this story since yesterday, I mean, you guys who follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you guys already know what has had me so tickled, but for you guys that don't know, let me just say, okay, first of all, the Nelson Mandela tribute, the funeral, all that, I want to just say that this is no disrespect to the Nelson Mandela legacy or anything, and this is also no disrespect to the hard of hearing and the hearing impaired and deaf people, okay? Because I'm sorry. Let's talk about this tribute that we had for Mr. Nelson Mandela. So, you guys know that Nelson Mandela passed last week. They had his memorial service in Johannesburg, South Africa on Tuesday. I guess it was Tuesday here. And in the United States. All the dignitaries flew from all over the world. All went there. They was expecting and did get a humongous turnout from all of the head of states from all over the world. Okay, so our president included. As everybody got up onto the stage to give their speech, they had a sign language interpreter up there, okay? I meant to get his name. Y'all, the sign language interpreter was a fake, okay? When I woke up yesterday morning on the news, they was talking about the fact that the guy was not doing sign language. He was a fraud and they didn't know where he came from. So, I immediately had to post the video on my Facebook page and on Instagram, just letting everybody know that it was a fake. And it's not making no sense to me how it is that this is a humongous event that they allowed this man that nobody seems to know where he came from up on that stage, okay? Not only is it that he is on the stage with, supposedly relaying the service to everybody, but he's up there next to, like I said, heads of states from all over the world. Such a security breach. But not even that, just the fact that he had the nerve and the gall to get his ass up there and be so serious with his face and moving around with them same folk. It was the same damn 8 little movements that he was putting on repeat. I was just like, he was so... Y'all, his face didn't change or nothing. I don't know how the interpretive dancers at church, what do they call them? Inspirational dancers. Now, y'all, I gotta say that I don't really appreciate the inspirational dancer either. Because I'm just like, I don't really need nobody to be acting out my Bible verses. Just lay it on me. Just lay it on me. But I don't really need to see, you doing all this. I guess maybe he was inspired to just kind of move his hands and his fingers and everything, but he wasn't really saying shit. He got through the whole service and nobody caught him. Okay, they said something like it was like a 4 or 5 hour service and nobody said anything. Them damn deaf people was pissed as fuck. It was just like, where my remote at? Put the goddamn closed caption on. Where is it? Oh my god. I just was like, I cannot believe it's such an embarrassment for the South African government. Now, this morning when I was watching the news, they were talking about, because first last night they still was like, we don't know where he came from and this and that and the other. But then it was found that he's done some interpretation for President Zuma in the past. They had video of him doing it before. Looked like he wasn't saying shit then too. But now they're saying this morning that the company that he works for, they hired the company that he works for. They didn't hire him directly. That the security was done on the security background check from like the Secret Service here in the United States. That they did a check on the company and a check on the man, okay, to see if he was safe. Okay, not necessarily seeing if he was phony. They're just making sure that he ain't gonna do nothing to the president, and all of that cleared. Okay, so that was the reason why he was able to be up there to begin with. There were no red flags, but they was interviewing the man this morning and he say he's schizophrenic. Now, I'm not, I got respect for people that have mental illnesses and mental disabilities or whatever. So if he's schizophrenic, I mean, okay. He was living real good wherever he lived. His house was nice, but he was saying how he, he's schizophrenic, and he was up there and he was having an episode and he was seeing angels, and I was about to say, and shit, you ain't supposed to say that in the same sentence, are you? But he said he was having an episode, and he got real nervous because he didn't know what was going on. I was just like, Lord, if this ain't no mess for the damn South African government. And then the fact that they black, like, I was just like, Katoon Day, can you get it together? Okay, Africans out there, if that ain't an African name, I'm sorry. I had a friend named Kafense. I think that's how I would say it, Kafense. So yeah, it was fuckery at the damn memorial, and too bad, okay, because it has overshadowed what should have been a ceremony that went off without a hitch, okay? People are upset, other than the sign language debacle, then of course people are upset that President Obama shook hands with Raul Castro. And they said that it was they said that it was like he was shaking hands with Hitler. It's just always something. They were talking about the picture that he took with the prime minister, the lady and the guy, and Michelle is over there not paying attention. Michelle always has a very deadpan expression anyway. Of course, it's been turned around to look like she's pissed because he's over there, having a good time. He did look like he was having a good ass time too over there, it's just been a whole bunch of other shit that really shouldn't have nothing to do with anything. I thought President Obama gave a very nice and eloquent speech, and other people did as well. I tell you who they didn't really like, though, was that President Zuma. Okay, them people was pissed with him. I mean, he couldn't even say nothing because they were so riled up and booing him, which is such an embarrassment as well. Just like, I mean, this is your president. They have no respect for him. They love the ex-president, the old president, the former president. What was his name? I wrote it down, y'all. Thabo Mbeki. Thabombeki. I don't know how to say it. Thabo Mbeki. Anyway, they loved him, but they don't really like this new Zuma guy. And I guess because they saying that President Zuma is, he's got a lot of things that he's making them pay. There's gonna be some not sanctions, but some expensive highway toll that he's making them pay, among other issues that are going on around the South Africa. So they ain't really too pleased with him. So he couldn't even get his stuff out because they kept on booing him, and to the point where the guy had to get on there and was just like, oh, your mama used to look at you at church, and was just like, the man was just like, can you guys kind of keep it down so the man can get through his speech? They were also upset that he refused to declare the day a national holiday. So a lot of people had to work yesterday, on the day of the memorial, and they didn't take too kindly to that as well. So a lot of people didn't even get to go that were from South Africa, which is kind of unfortunate. So, but yeah, it's just been so much foolishness that, and it's just too bad because, we've kind of lost sight of the whole memorial because that guy knew he was signing his ass off. I was just like, what is he doing? He just, how when you see the people that are really doing sign language, they have expressions, their facial expressions change and everything. So it's all like a package, and he just had that same thing. Just like, nigga, if you don't get your ass off that stage. Congratulations to Fantasia, who did get a Grammy nomination for Without Me. I believe that's the song. Yeah, the one that she has with Kelly Rowland and Missy. But all that being said, we have to discuss the recent events of her baby daddy, Antoine Cook, and how he has returned to his wife after, him going back and forth between the wife and Fantasia. Now, everybody's got all kind of opinions on whether or not the wife should have took him back. I don't even really think that that's any of our business, okay? These people done got married. They done took vows. If they, if the lady wanted to sit there and wait for him to come on back, then that is totally up to her. If she interprets her vows that way, then damn it, why everybody else got a problem with it? Okay, the person that really did kind of lose in all of this is Fantasia, because Fantasia's reputation was tarnished when that happened, and I don't think she's ever totally recovered. She has a baby by this man. This man put that girl through all kind of, trials and tribulations, to the point where she tried to kill herself. Remember, you guys, when she tried to lock herself in the closet and kill herself or something? And all that for the nigga to go back to his wife. Okay, now if he wanna go back to the wife, then fine. Okay, like Ricky Smiley said on the radio the other day, that this is all boils down to a lack of discretion. Okay, if you gonna go back to the woman, get your ass up in there and do the work. Okay, but don't be all on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and saying all this shit, and everybody else come for you, and then you don't know how to deal with it, or you get all offended that everybody got shit to say, have opinions on your relationship between these two women, and you get all mad. I mean, what did he really expect? Okay, Fantasia has her fans. Okay, there's always a hater just waiting everywhere. What do you guys think about this whole thing? My opinion is that relationships go through so many ups and downs, so many good times and bad times, that it's really just not easy for people to just say, oh, this is what she should and shouldn't have done, even though he did put that wife through a whole lot. And I don't know too many people that would have been able to still stay there for that. Okay, because all that he was doing, okay, and flaunting Fantasia, and now he flaunting the wife. I don't know if I would trust that he wouldn't do it again. But what I'm trying to say really is that you guys just don't know how much this happens every day, okay? And it's just not with celebrities, so you don't see it. But you guys know, y'all got some friends out there. Hell, some of them are you, with some bullshit, with their husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, and you just continuously going back and forth. And so it's like, it's part of life, okay? So, but y'all tell me how you feel about Antoine Cook and the wife and Fantasia. Okay, who do you guys think was kind of the loser in this whole situation? You guys, tonight is going to be the winter finale of Scandal, and I'm sure it'll be off for the next like 3 or 4 weeks as we get through Christmas and New Year's, and then it'll pick back up. And we'll have 10 episodes instead of 14, because you guys all know that Kerry Washington is pregnant. I guess as time goes on, it is going to get harder and harder to conceal her pregnancy in her big belly. She always wears her big, beautiful, trench coats and everything, but, she can't go through a whole season of wearing coats and shit in front of her stomach. So, and I'm sure her face is going to change, and there's going to be obvious changes that they won't be able to conceal anymore. So a lot of people are very upset about that. 4 episodes short. It's going to be 18 episodes total instead of 22 episodes total, but I'm sure that we will still get all that we need out of those next 10 episodes. That show is so stressful. I have been telling my girlfriends over the last month that I could already tell that, Mama Pope was going to be the bad guy, and that the daddy was going to be the good guy, and he was, protecting his hard-head daughter, Olivia, from the mom, and, because it was just obvious to me. What I didn't expect was the shit that happened with Quinn, who, in my opinion, Quinn could go far away. Okay, we could kill Quinn and I would be okay with it. Definitely didn't see this shit that's gone on with Sally, the vice president, and her husband, and killing her husband, or it looks like she might have killed her husband. We'll find out tonight. And even kind of surprised with the direction of Cyrus's and James's relationship. I don't think I saw that coming either, although we probably should have, because Cyrus is such a jerk and so just always has his eye on the prize, that he's willing to kind of sacrifice anything. Well, he's learned the hard way that he sacrificed his husband, and we still don't even know if James really got busy with that husband or not. Something tells me that he didn't, but we still haven't really got the full gist of what's going on there. We will find out tonight if he is indeed dead, and we probably will find out also if James really did fuck him, and did Cyrus just get this man killed over some pictures when the shit was all set up. So we'll see all that tonight. But yeah, the show is still really good. The direction of a lot of the characters, and they're a lot darker than they had been. Pretty much everybody has blood on their hands at some point in their life. So is good, and it's gonna be good, and 4 episodes is really not gonna kill us, okay, because we're gonna get all that we need still in those breasts, in the what's the words I'm trying to say, we're gonna get all that we need in the following 10 instead of 14 episodes. You guys tell me what you guys think about Scandal. What do you think is gonna happen? I'm not doing reviews for Scandal. You guys can watch Bondi's videos if you want to watch Scandal reviews. I know Much Love from Kentucky does them. I know Funky Dineva does them. Scandal reviews are so difficult to do, and I just want to sit back and enjoy it, so I'm not doing no reviews for Scandal. Y'all want to see my old Scandal reviews, go back in the playlist and check them out. This is what I meant about Kanye West, and how, you know, every time we try to be on Kanye West's side, then he do some old stupid ass shit to just take you back. It's like 2 steps forward, then 3 back, then 4 forward, then 6 back, then 8 forward, then 2 back. So the latest shenanigans of Mr. Kanye West is the fact that he was only nominated for 2 Grammys, you guys. Only 2. He's upset about it. So he was in concert, I think they said in San Antonio. Don't mark my words on where he was. But anyway, he was in concert somewhere. And he went on a rant about how he's pissed that the Grammy Awards Committee only gave him 2 nomination. He was just sort of like, you know, do they really think that I don't have the power to shut them all down? I was just like, what is wrong with Kanye? Because it's plenty of people that didn't even get Grammy nominations. Okay, Michelle. And really, Kanye's album is not that great, and I didn't expect him to get any nominations, okay? And of course, I'm not no music executive or no hip-hop head, or, you know, no other person than just a regular person that buys, you know, music on the street like everybody else, okay? But I can tell you that that CD was some bullshit. He says he had a couple of #1 hits, and I don't know, but Kanye pissed at the Grammy Awards Committee that, you know, he only got 2. You know, quite a few people got some nominations. I wrote down a few of them. Album of the Year, Kendrick Lamar for Good Kid, Mad City, which I think he should win. Of course, I'm biased because I love Kendrick Lamar. What other ones? Record of the Year, Robin Thicke, Blurred Lines. I think that is a shoe-in. Everybody love that. Hey. What other one? Katy Perry, Best Pop Solo for Roar. You're gonna hear me roar. I love that song. But you know what? She's going against Justin Timberlake, okay, for Mirrors. And Mirrors is my favorite Justin Timberlake song on that 2020 Experience, the first one. So, but you know, some other nominations, the Grammy nominations, they announced last week or something like that. So, you know, we'll see when the Grammys come up. But yeah, that Kanye, what's wrong with him, y'all? Diggs and his wife Idina Menzel, they are calling it quits. I guess a divorce will be soon to follow, which is sad. They've been married a long time. He, you know, she's the white chick that he used to, you know. Tay Diggs had a career on stage. I believe he was part of the Rent cast, that play that was real big on Broadway, and I think both of them were actually on that cast. I think he sings and stuff, you guys, sings and dances and all that. So anyway, that's where they met, and they've been together since then, and they recently had a little baby. I mean, it's been like 4 years. I think the baby's like 4 years old, and just sad. I hate to see when marriages break up like that, but you guys, I mean, we'll see if they divorce. Another marriage that bites the dust. Ooh, and battery about to die. Telling y'all, this is the best invention, is this plug that they got in the car. I did bring my keys there. Okay, hold on, y'all. Toya Wright, who is the former wife of Lil Wayne, the current wife of Memphis, he is the person that allegedly beat K. Michelle's ass. She was arrested the other day out here in Georgia. She just celebrated the 1 year anniversary. Can I get my words together? The 1 year anniversary of her boutique garb out here in Atlanta, and just a couple of days later, she was arrested for unpaid parking tickets. And I was like, oh my God, I think I might have an unpaid parking ticket. Can you imagine the terror of being arrested? Okay, Toya says that jail was probably the scariest thing that she's ever had to face. She was in jail just for a few hours, but she said that was enough to just terrify her. And I probably would be the exact same way. I am such a wimp when it comes to that kind of shit. So I was like, oh my God, I better check into them damn parking tickets, Roxanne, because I do not want to get arrested. Mike Tyson was denied entry into the UK as he was trying to do his European leg of his tour of The Undisputed Truth. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. They're playing it on HBO right now. It is like an hour and a half or 2 hour long kind of like a documentary almost, where it's just him on stage talking about his life, and it's actually very good. He is very entertaining. He's a good storyteller. I think I've talked about this in the top of the blogs in the past before, but it's a very entertaining look at his life and all the shit that's happened. So he was going on tour because, you know, he was using the proceeds from that to pay back his IRS debt that he has. And he was due to go perform out in the UK, and they told him no, because you are a former criminal, that you have been sentenced to something. If you are sentenced to a crime of over 4 years or more, you are not able to come into their country. So he couldn't go. He was sentenced to 6 years, even though he only did, I think, 3 years or 2 years or something like that. And I don't think, I mean, you know, it's kind of fucked up that it happened to Mike Tyson, but at the same time, I don't think I can blame other countries for not wanting no bullshit ass criminal from somewhere else. I mean, you know, because they don't really know. I mean, I still think that he was innocent in that whole rape case. I think he got railroaded, and, you know, it was just at a bad point in his life, because he's always maintained that he was innocent. However, other countries don't know that, okay? All they know is your ass went to jail for something, and we don't need your fucking problem here. So I don't think I can blame them that much. It's unfortunate, like I said, though, because they cutting in on Mr. Mike Tyson's coins, and this is money that was going to be used to pay back a debt that he has with the IRS. So how do y'all feel about that? Do you think that was kind of shitty of the UK, or do you also understand? They had the SAG Award nominations that were announced, I believe, yesterday, and I didn't even see a lot of the movies that they talked about, but one movie that I did see was The Butler, and I saw that Oprah Winfrey was nominated for her role as the butler's wife. I can't even remember what was her name in the movie, y'all. Do y'all remember? But anyway, good for Oprah, okay, because Oprah this was the first movie that I've seen Oprah in that she didn't play some old downtrodden, you know, old slave hand or something. I mean, this is like, I thought she did very well in the movie. I was actually surprised, because she's kind of been typecast to play a certain type of role. And this time, you know, she just kind of, you was able to see her personality kind of come through. And you start to wonder if she was a lot like that lady that she played in the movie. But yeah, congratulations to Oprah. Oprah's about to turn 60. I saw an article that said it's 60 the new 40, and I was just like, no honey, 60 is not the new 40, because 40 is not the new 20. Fuck, I'm 42, and 42 feels like 42. Don't feel like no damn 20. I can't do the shit that I used to do at 20. Okay, one of my friends right now, she was just like, girl, she has a job where she stands a lot, and she was just like, man, fuck, my legs hurt, my feet hurt. It's just, you know, you get older, that shit get to breaking down. So no, 40 ain't the new 20, 60 ain't the new 40. Okay, 60 is the new 60. Oprah just looks great because Oprah has a lot of money, and she's able to take care of herself a little bit better. But you know, why do we always have to be the new something? Okay, I'm proud of being 42. And when I get to be 60, I'm going to be proud of being 60, because that means that I've lived 60 years of life and learned a whole bunch of shit during that time. Okay, so congratulations to Oprah for her nomination. I think it was for Best Supporting Actress. And that was in the movie The Butler with Forrest Whitaker. I don't even think Forrest Whitaker was nominated. Yeah, I don't really think that he was. Did you guys see the movie? Do you guys think that Oprah deserved the nomination? We ain't really gonna do no whole reality talk thing, but I did want to talk about a few things on Real Housewives of Atlanta. First, you guys, as you guys already know, Portia and Cordell are 100% divorced now. She did say famously in one of her old episodes on the Real Housewives of Atlanta that all she wanted back was her name. She didn't want no money if they broke up, and that's what she got is her name. Okay, so she is no longer Portia Stewart. She is now Portia Williams. They did not disclose what the settlement was, how much money that she got, but she seems to be very happy with the way the proceedings went, and now she is a single woman. So congratulations, I guess, to Portia and Cordell. I also found out that the Monique Smith, I don't even know why I didn't realize it, because I've talked about it in Top of the Blogs in the past, but Monique Smith is the new girl that's going to be coming on to the show. And I guess the reason why they were on the show last week is because they wanted to try to introduce her into the fold, her and Chuck. Well, it turns out that, I remember I told you guys that maybe him and Candy used to fuck. Well, it turns out that him and Candy had a relationship, that they went out last boyfriend and girlfriend for some time, and Candy was feeling some kind of way that, you know, he kind of shaded her and kind of made it seem like, you know, she was a jump off, or it was a one-time deal or anything like that, when it was like a serious relationship where he was close to the family and Mama Joyce loved him, okay, and, you know, never understood why him and Candy broke up. And Candy was just making it a point that, you know, he really tried to act like it wasn't what it was, and just kind of tried to play Candy. So I just wanted to make that you know, I just wanted to say that because it was kind of fucked up of him, because he was just like, oh, it was one time, you know, he just kind of made it. I mean, first of all, why was they even talking about that in front of his wife? I mean, who talks about their old relationships and, you know, like that? I was just like, that whole scene was just kind of funky to me. The fact that they talked about Phaedra and him, I guess him and Phaedra dated while they were in high school, and, you know, now Nene's being pinned to the wall about the fact that she always acted like she didn't know Phaedra back in the day. But then, of course, in that episode, during that scene, she was going on about how Phaedra always had a reputation of being a head doctor and giving blowjobs. And of course, then Nene tried to backpedal and go on her blog and say, I never said that I knew her in high school. I said that there was a rumor that she used to be a certain way. I was just like, all right, Nene girl, just come on now. I still don't know why that girl refuses to say that she knew Phaedra back in the day when they lived in Athens. I just don't get it. But anyway, other than that, you guys, I haven't really been watching the reality shows. I did watch Black Ink Crew, and but I don't feel like talking about that. What else? What other reality show? I don't know, y'all. I'm trying not to watch so many reality shows. I'm trying to get back into my scripted shows, because them reality shows, well, I'm telling you, they will burn every single brain cell of yours out. So I'm gonna do better on maybe my next Top of the Blogs. If I catch up on my reality shows this weekend, maybe I'll do a Top of the Blogs television edition like I did before in the past. All right. All right, you guys. So we do this every week. So make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.